Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to talk about The Winter King by Bernard Cornwell. This is book 1 in the Warlord Chronicles series. I read this because it came highly recommended among a lot of Arthurian legend fans, and years ago there was a big rating of it on Library of Alexandria's channel, and I didn't read it then because life was crazy. I didn't have time in my TBR, but I finally got around to it. My general thoughts is that Cornwell brought back my love for the Arthurian legend retellings. Smaller fact that you guys might not know about me is that I used to love Arthurian legend tellings, whether it was, quote, the originals or retellings. They're all retellings in one way or another, but I loved every Arthurian legend tale I've read. I even took a whole entire course on it in college, and that was one of the most fun courses I took in college. This one was darker and grittier than what I expected and what I'm used to, but I loved that about it. Spoiler-free summary, as I said, it's an Arthurian legend retelling. Arthur is set in his true period, the Dark Ages, which is why it's darker and grittier than normal. It is not a story of romance, but one of political and religious strife and war. It describes Arthur's love for Guinevere, Lancelot's arrival, the conflict between Christianity and magic, and the Saxon invasions in Britain. Now, I'm going to jump right into my call pile categories here. I listened to the audiobook version of this, so everything I say here is based off of that. And this is, of course, as always, my own personal thoughts about this book. Characters, it took me a bit to get used to our main point of view, but once I was used to it and I was fully in. I loved seeing our characters in a different point of view, kind of de-romanticized some of the characters that are often romanticized, and gave us a closer look at other characters that we don't always get to see a lot of. Our atmosphere was perfect. I just wanted a bit more of the setting. Felt like we only got a little snippet of the setting in this medieval Dark Ages retelling of the Arthurian legend, and I wanted just a little bit more. Our writing style, some things were hard to follow for me, and this might be Bernard Cornwell's writing style, but it might also be because of the audiobook. Because I just listened to the audiobook, I can't tell you which one it is, but for me, some things were hard to follow, including the timeline and the pacing, which kind of go hand in hand for me in this case. It felt like we jumped around time a lot, but I wasn't quite sure if we actually did or not because the pacing sped up and slowed down at various times. Our plot, I loved where it took us, but as I mentioned, the pacing felt off for me. The final ending felt like it was kind of anticlimactic and kind of left us, on top of the hill essentially, and I wanted some falling action afterwards. It felt like we just stopped at the cliff instead of having it kind of resolve itself a little bit. Even if it's part of a series, I still need a little bit of falling action after that climax instead of just ending it right there at the climax. Intrigue, I was always intrigued, especially seeing our characters in these different lights. I never knew what to expect, and I was always interested in it. A logic, once I, again, got used to that main point of view and narrative, it all made logical sense to me. And enjoyment, I enjoyed it, but maybe book 2, I'll do an immersion read instead of just straight audiobook read, and that way I can get a truer sense of Bernard Cornwell's writing style. Let's talk about the audiobook really quick for a second. Jonathan Keeble was the narrator, and I thought he did a fantastic job. His narration was great. Some of the pacing was a little bit off, but again, I can't tell if that was because of just the audiobook or if that was part of the writing also. So I give kudos to Jonathan Keeble for doing a great job, and I am looking forward to being able to see what Bernard Cornwell's writing style truly is on the page. If you are one of many people that have read The Winter King before, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of this? As always, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.